In this video, we're going to talk impulse control, and I'm going to tell you how to control your impulses by not actually controlling them. Sit tight. Control always signifies some sort of dominance over our lives. But the problem is, when we're exerting huge amounts of energy, or we're executing a lot of restraint, a lot of willpower, a lot of control over a certain aspect of our lives, say an impulse, for example, we're actually adding more stress. We're actually setting the standards of what we feel is perfection in our lives. And it's actually doing the opposite of what our intention is, right? Removing a behavior or habit from our lives. So impulse control, a lot of people think, whether it's impulse control with food, with gambling, with sex, with relationships, whatever it is, we feel like control is, we need to control this behavior from happening. We need to exert a lot of will to stop it. But that's not actually making the impulse go away completely. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be dormant within us. But we feel like we have a handle on it because we're trying to control it. But just think about it. Think about when you feel an impulse come up and you're using your will to restrain it, to suppress it, to stuff it down. What does that feel like in your body? It feels really tight. It feels bad, right? Constricted. So I want to say, what if you allowed the impulse to be there? What if you allowed yourself to actually feel it? Would it be easier to kind of let it go from your mind and your body? Perhaps. We think that control is about suppression, impulse. I need to suppress it, suppress it, suppress it. But it doesn't make it go away. If we suppress all of our desires and our thoughts and our emotions, it leads to a dishonesty amongst ourselves. One more thing. So impulse control. Oh, I gave in to the impulse. I gave in. Giving up, giving in is very, very different from letting go. And I'll tell you why. When you give up or you give in to a certain behavior or impulse, it's basically you giving your power and attention to that behavior. But on the other hand, letting go, you're remaining neutral to it. You're not giving your energy and attention to it. Think about how many thoughts you have per day. If you gave your energy and attention to every single thought and put every single thought into action, your life would be chaos. Think about it. You choose, whether subconsciously or consciously, you choose which thoughts come to fruition in your life. You don't take action on everything. So it's the same with impulse control in a sort of way, is that once you give your attention to something, say you're trying to restrain, you're trying to suppress it, you're trying to use your willpower to stop it. You're creating more tension in your body, number one. But number two, you're giving all of your focus and attention to that, thereby making it into this huge thing. So much importance on it. But what if you felt the impulse and you, almost like a little cloud, right? Just moving through your body. It's not good, it's not bad, it's there. It's there. It's like one of the bajillion thoughts we have per day, it's there. One of the desires we have, it's there, but doesn't mean I'm going to act on it. So that's the difference between giving up, giving in, surrendering, giving your power away to something, your attention to something, and letting go of something, remaining neutral to it, knowing that it's there and that's okay, but I'm not going to give my energy to this behavior. Thereby, I'm not going to act on it. So there's a big, big difference here. Everything is energy, and what we give energy to becomes part of our reality. So that's the thing I wanted to mention today about impulse control. I'm not saying it's always easy, but it doesn't have to be difficult at the same time. So it's not about control at all. It's about letting go. It's about remaining neutral to this thing this pattern within you, because that's what it is essentially. Be a habit, it could be a pattern that you keep repeating, almost like on a cycle. It's like putting a song on repeat. That's basically what you're doing to yourself, because your brain is constantly giving attention to the same thing, right? Oh no, I'm doing it again. Giving attention to it. So switch it up for yourself. See if you can shift to a place of neutrality, or a place where you allow yourself to actually feel this impulsive desire within you, but realize that you have the choice of whether you give any more power to it other than noticing that it's just kind of like floating by within you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want. I put out new videos every single week on self-help, self-development, Chinese medicine, all kinds of cool stuff for you. Until next time, have a good one and peace.